Okay, Jason, in what cases do you recommend using arginine for broilers and why? If you can actually associate with the common problems you can usually see in the commercial production system and what arginine can do to improve that situation,
Yeah,
that would be great.
that's a good question. I think what we've learned is that the arginine requirement is higher, or but regardless of what the situation is. And so there's a study published by Corzo that we were able to work with Aviation on that demonstrated that arginine requirement increases as the bird ages. So I believe just the requirement in general is higher than what we've historically thought. When you start thinking about specific opportunities with heat stress or potential intestinal challenge, I think there's an opportunity there to target elevated ratios in those areas. We've been able to demonstrate the benefits of arginine ratios upwards of around 115 and the beneficial effects that it has from a performance and a yield standpoint. And I think it's important to remember that the arginine is probably a little bit more challenging to think about from a use standpoint than isoleucine or valine, because the basal metabolism requirement does change depending on the status of the animal. So it's not as easy as what we really want to believe, but we've been able to tailor make programs with customers and have a lot of success in the field.
Can you tell me what was the most unexpected result that you actually experienced in the field using arginine?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think a couple different things. When we conducted the heat stress trial with Dr. Oshel at Auburn University, we made the decision to monitor cloacal temperature to try to understand, is there an impact on core temperature, and we really did that so that we could demonstrate that the birds were stressed. But what we found was that elevating arginine actually reduced that core body temperature under birds that were heat stressed, and I was really shocked to kind of see that. That was not an observation that we were expecting, and so we kind of lucked into that one. In the field, I think it's been surprising to me the consistency of the response. Numerous customers have adopted a little bit different strategies that are tailor-made for them, and each and every time the customer's been able to see the improvement in yield, the improvement in performance, conversion, and it's very, very predictable. We don't usually expect and see that with different changes across multiple customers. Usually the response is a little bit more variable, but the use of arginine has been really, really consistent for us here in the U.S.